What Lonzo thinks is a wide-ranging, free-flowing discussion where I offer my unsolicited views on everything from music, movies, politics, sports, religion, pop culture, you name it. If it's happening, I'm talking about it. My thoughts unsolicited. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to listen. Well, maybe they do want to listen because if you're listening, that means you want to listen. But you're listening, so thank you for listening. I think. And I am back with my Prince deep dive series. What I'm doing is I'm deep diving into my favorite song from each Prince album. I did the first two so far. I'm Yours from the For You LP and Bambi from Prince's self-titled second album. Now we're on the third album, which is Dirty Mind, which was released in October of 1980. And my favorite song from the Dirty Mind LP is Head. And basically, what I'm doing is, like I said, I'm doing a deep dive into each song. It might not be the best song from each album, but my favorite song. So I guess if I was like on a desert island, had to pick one song from each album, this would be the song from Dirty Mind, which is Head. So I'm gonna deep dive into Head. And yeah, I love saying the word head because the connotations of head. Right on. Anyways, the thing that I remember most about Head, especially as a young kid listening to Prince back during the early '80s or whatever, it was the fact that a I'm very young at this time. I was like maybe 10 or 12. Maybe no 12. I think I was 12. Yeah, I was 12 when this song came out. So when the album came out, I was 12. So first of all, I didn't know what head meant. It's because once again, I'm a 12-year-old kid. I don't know shit about head. You know what I mean? It wasn't sexually active at 12. So I don't know. I didn't know that it had a sexual connotation. Because back then in 1980, there was a dance called the head, where you just kind of just bob your head back and forth, side to side. They called that dance the head. So I thought that the song was basically about the dance called the head. And of course, when you're doing the head, you're kind of emulating what you would do when you're giving head, basically. But I didn't know that it was just a fucking dance to me. So in my naivety, as a young kid, I had no idea what I was listening to because the song's lyrics are very suggestive and it basically kind of lays out everything. Anyway, basically the song once again I'm not gonna regurgitate and the details of the song because if you're a Prince fan, you're listening to this, so you know the genesis of Head, what it's about, and everything. So no need for me to repeat that. That's kind of redundant. So I won't spend too much time on that, other than the fact that he meet he meets the girl. She's just a virgin. She's on her way to be wed, and he's trying to convince her, that hey, don't go and get married or whatever. Hang with me. Let me give you some head until your love is red and love you till you're dead. And it's such a nasty ass song. And the thing that really caught me, other than the fact that I love the arrangement of the lyrics and the hook, is the synthesizers, just the musical arrangement itself. I mean, the vocal arrangement is great, but the music is tremendous. Dun, 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 head. Dun, dun. So every time he says head, you get that crescendo from the synthesizers or whatever, and it just totally fits the song because it's a nasty ass song. So you play at parties or whatever and just kind of nod your head to and dance to and everything. But like I said, when you're 12, 13 years old, you don't give a shit. You don't know what head is about. Once again, all you know is the song is fucking funky and that you're dancing to and that you're enjoying yourself. Obviously, as I became older and everything, got into my late teens, early 20s when I discovered sex and all the things that come with it, then head became a huge part of my sexual repertoire when it comes to music, because back then, when I was in my late teens, early 20s, I was in the military at the time. I was in the Air Force, and I had this cassette tape, and the cassette tape was titled "Strictly for Lovin'." And I think I've told this story before, but I'm telling it again. So if you heard the story before, bear with me. Anyways, I would have this tape whenever like a young lady would accompany me back to my boudoir. I would have the tape. I had a stereo, of course. I would have the tape in a prominent position where if you're there with me, you're gonna see this tape with the title with the written on it says "Strictly for Loving," and inevitably, you know, you got some young girl in there with you. She's gonna be curious and say, "Hey, what's on this tape?" I'd be like, "Hey, you don't want to hear what's on that tape. Why? Why don't I want to hear what's on that tape? Trust me, you don't want to hear what's on this tape. Why? Why do I want to hear what's on this tape? Trust me, bitch, you don't want to hear what's on this goddamn tape. Why? Okay, because if you hear what's on this goddamn tape, a couple things are gonna happen. One, you know, you're gonna get naked. And two, we fucking. And three, you're leaving. If one or two don't work. You know what I mean? So inevitably, of course, it's a challenge. You know, young people, they're going, no, you know, you're not gonna get any of this or whatever. I'm telling you, you know what I mean? I'm not a rapist or anything. No means no to me, but I'm telling you right now, you know, once I crank this bitch into high gear, yeah, we're gonna do some things up in this bitch. Yeah. And Head was on this tape. Sexuality and you know and baby, and it's gonna be lonely, still waiting, do me baby, and the most dangerous song that's on this particular tape was International Lover. And I would always tell young ladies or whatever and say, by the time this song gets on, I guarantee you we fucking. I'm not trying to be crass, so if you're offended by what I'm saying, fuck you. But for real, yeah, the Head was the crown jewel of the Dirty Mind LP, and that's my most vivid memory of it, is not knowing what it was about when I was a kid, and they knowing exactly what it was about as a young adult, and using that to seduce young ladies and doing shit that I wanted them to do. They want to do it too, but you know, sometimes, you know, you gotta be a little bit seductive. You know what I mean? You know, so fun times. I'm not gonna get into the carnal aspects of my behavior back then, but trust me, there was a lot of fun when Head was being played. I'm being nasty. Let me stop. My kids might be listening to this one day. So kids, if you're listening to this, don't listen. Damn, why are you listening? But anyways, yeah, Head is my favorite song from the Dirty Mind LP, and of course, the Dirty Mind LP in itself is iconic. One of Prince's best albums, one of his most critically acclaimed albums, and for good reason. The song fits the whole motif, the concept of Dirty Mind. Once again, it's out there in your face. Dirty Mind. The album is dirty as hell. You know, Prince talking about some nasty stuff. So it's a beautiful song from a beautiful LP, and the song definitely resonates with me. And I want to know what you think about Head. Once again, you know, as a Prince aficionado, if you're an aficionado like me, when did you discover what Head really meant, and how did you react to it? Did you use it as a tool to get what you want in the bedroom, or did you use it as something else? I want to know exactly how that song impacted you as a young person, then as a mature adult. So it's interesting to kind of see what people have to say to stuff like that. So hit me up below and let me know what you think about the song Head. And once again, like I say all the time, you know, if an alien came to Earth from the planet, I'm using Star Wars planet, from Tatooine. No, Mustafar. Yeah. So if an alien came to visit Earth from Mustafar and asked me, "Hey, what's up with this cat Prince? And you know, what should I listen to from his early stuff or whatever?" I'd be like, "Hey, if you're getting into Prince and you're from Mustafar, you need to know a little stuff, you know, a little something before you go back to Mustafar and have to face off with Darth Vader. You might want to listen to Head." I don't know if it'll entice Darth Vader from the dark side, but damn it, it'll get his head nodding. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Darth Vader nodding his head, nodding his helmet to excuse me, to Head. So it's a comical thought, but hey, like I said, I'm rambling here, so I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but damn it, it's Head. What do you think about Head? Please tell me what your thoughts are in regards to this deep dive into Head. Once again, I I appreciate everybody for listening, for subscribing. I need more subscribers, so please continue to subscribe, share it on your websites, and share my stuff on your social media. Encourage your friends, encourage everybody to sign up and to subscribe and sign up for notifications and listen to me. Listen to what I think. I know in the scheme of things that what I think means nothing to anybody, and that's why I say nobody cares. But at the same time, I think it's kind of neat to hear what people think about certain things. You know, people that you don't know anything about, from whatever walk of life or where they are on the globe, is kind of just hearing what people think about certain things, and because we all are individuals and we all have separate thoughts, and a lot of times, sometimes those thoughts match and other times they don't. So it's nice to hear what people think about certain subjects and everything. And Prince being one of my favorite subjects, I always like to hear what folks think about Prince and his music and his songs and how it resonates with them. So I appreciate everybody's out there listening. Please continue. Like I said before, I took a brief hiatus, remodeled my studio. Now I'm ready to kick some ass and take some names. So great things coming, great guests, great new subjects and topics. Oh, by the way, if there is a topic that you would like for me to discuss, once again, hit me up, let me know, and I will definitely get it somewhere into my repertoire. Is that French? I don't know. So if it is, or is it? All right. Once again, hit me up. What Lonzo Thinks on Twitter, at What Lonzo Thinks. Also, email whatlonzothinks@gmail.com. I love to hear your comments. I love to read your comments, shall I say? And I definitely want to hear more from you. And I want to hear what you think about certain things, because God damn it, I just told your ass once again what Lonzo thinks. Bye.